Okay. Let's do the trial. Let's do the trial. Not the dust! It's embarrassing. To be fair, it gets dusty over here a little quick because of the window, but... Damn. When you have is like ultra rainbow spiral, nice! It's completely covered in color everywhere, so I feel like everyone is looking at me all the time. Sometimes people are weird about like colorful outfits, and I don't really know why. Not like weird, but just like they act like they've never seen them before, you know? And it's like, I just like colors. Showed up right before the wedding, actually. Okay, good. I couldn't remember, but I know that you like Stardew, so I wanted to keep you updated. Which honestly I don't mind, but it does make me feel pressured to have my makeup on point. I mean, I get it. I get it. I'm just like petting my dress right now, is what I'm doing, in case anyone wanted to know. It's very soft. Okay. Let's get back into the game. Lana says, how did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there's still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. I bet myself all the time. Bet away, bitch. I love that. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their client. What? The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia, but there is one decisive difference between you and her, and that is you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. There's no dust noticeable everywhere since you cleaned other spots thoroughly. No. I hate when that happens. When you're like spot cleaning like a certain area. Yeah. Okay, Phoenix says my first trial without a Fae helping me. Oh no. No one's gonna bail me out this time. Oh shit. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. Well, we have an Emma this time. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. Gun. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. Hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Well, was it Angel? Oh. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. Yes. The cough-up queen? Why is that her name? I don't want to know, but I do want to know.
It does sound extremely dirty.
I think it means she gets you to pay for things.
Yeah, probably.
Cough it up. You know? That's all I can think of. Oh my god, Amanda, you did it on your lunch break? You're so cute. Haven't I seen you somewhere? I also do want to know, for real. You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Ho ho, caviar. I've never eaten caviar before. The judge is really wolfing it down. Ah, and for you, I have a fiesta bowl. Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession?
Okay.
And you, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What? Yeah, no thank you. Name, profession, now. Me, the name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Okay. Hurry up. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. Oh, shit! What? Miss Star was a detective? Aha! I know who you are. Cough up? Cough up Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see. Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Star. Just who is this lady? Who is she? Bunny lady. Cough up lady. If I might... if I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor's spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of A block in the car's trunk. I mean, yeah, that's the crime scene setup. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and an arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Parking lot floor plans added to the court record. The parking lot with Edgeworth's car. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Star. Wait, are they talking about me? Testimony. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Alright, this belt is too tight, I gotta take it off. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then, she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching. As you can see, there's no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife, which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Okay, I'm not looking at chat, sorry. Oops. Gonna try to go get double coffee because even though it's probably not a smart idea, I have taxes to do still in a room to clean. Good luck. Should do some tidying, but I'm still around. Thanks for the lurkies. Good luck tidying. Okay. Cross-examination time. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. What does that mean? Hold it! How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed... I almost said uniformed. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Given that they're used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim, killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Oh, well yeah, she's mad. Laid off? She was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well, you may continue, Miss Starr. Was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. We're gonna just press everything. This boyfriend, he's the detective? Not that boyfriend, the security guard. That boyfriend? You have several? Yes. This boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? Ma'am? Gay.
The game just happened.
The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. Well, I've noticed you haven't mentioned any girlfriends, so like, let me know. I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. We all did, honey, look at her. The security guard room is in the lot. Wait, the security guard room is in the lot in A block. Okay, yeah, it is. Over here. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with a security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunch boxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Hold it. You sensed something? So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder? It felt like, how would you say? Oh yes. It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. I have no idea what that means. Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim, Mr. Bruce Goodman, also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese. A young cheese? A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the streets. A greenhorn. Then I must be hard-yellowed and sharp as a tack. Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match. That was unnecessary.
Rude.
You're gonna tell the judge he smells? Maybe we want to win this case, ma'am. In any case, there in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. Okay, yeah, so this means that she's in the B side, I guess. Hold it. By garish car, you mean Edgeworth's car. Yes. Mr. Edgeworth's? The judge doesn't know about this? Okay. Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's, wasn't it? Indeed it was. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you're sure it was the defendant? I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed. Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me? I'll fry you like a fritter. Crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. Oh, that's a threat. And she's still hot when she's mad, so I'm just saying.
And she's still hot.
Well, some of the people look really scary when they're mad. She just looked stern and like you didn't want to disappoint her again. Oh, God. Anyway. Okay.
Gay. Your last chats were just gay, gay.
I
gay,
know! It's embarrassing. Okay, I can't wear this anymore either. Or just the dress now. Oh, no, now I'm pressing things. Oh god, I can't even get it off. A bug? I swear, they always come in when we open the fucking door. I think it's because we're upstairs, and if they're at the top of the stairs, they don't really have anywhere else to go besides in our stupid house. Anyway. Okay. He said, that was inspiring. I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism. I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. A photograph? You took this? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunch boxes is rigged with a camera. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. Okay. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. The moment of the crime as photographed by Angel Starr. Uh-oh, that is unmistakably Lana Skye. So what was the defendant doing at the time? I mean, she's clearly doing something in that trunk. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand.
Okay.
Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife, after all. Yes, that's about right. Prosecutors are, by nature, well-versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set. You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person. Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor. So the defendant was holding a knife. What then? Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point. Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Yes. The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. I see. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Don't smile like that. Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. Was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. Sensed something perhaps was my finally honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor sitting next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Hey, Destroyer, how's it going? Press the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Okay, wait, so I'm supposed to press one of these? Wait, I already pressed all of this. Wait, what do I do if I've already pressed everything? Do I have to present something, maybe?
You have to present something
During one of them?
or something that was reviewed from
Oh, the autopsy report. Let's read this. Name of deceased, Bruce Goodman, 36 male. Date and time of death, February 21st between 4 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood from chest wound. Assessment wound was caused by a 4.5-inch knife. A single stab wound was found. I'm not sure that's helpful. I didn't mean to press that. I was trying to go back. So how is he not there? If he had just gotten back, you know? Wait, I leave for a few minutes and I missed the gay? Yeah, she said she had like 3 boyfriends, but asked the judge if he wanted to be another one. And I was like, I noticed you didn't say you had any girlfriends. Okay. Let's go all the way back. All I can think of is to present this parking stub when she says that she saw the chief prosecutor standing next to the car.
Give it a shot.
Well, I don't want to ruin my credibility.
I mean, worst case scenario, you take a little bit of damage.
Okay. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are the evidence and the statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Nope. Okay, cool. Great. This is going well for me. Okay, well, don't really know what else I'm supposed to do. Well, hold on. I feel like it's this one right here. She's wearing like a coat that isn't hers. That might be our Amazon stuff. I'm feeling kind of dumb about this right now. Whoop. Sorry, I didn't know if it was gonna show like our apartment number when you open that. I probably wouldn't have, but it might have, so I turned it quickly. I don't know what to do. I'm scared to lose.
You have the crime photo as evidence?
Yes.
Check it.
There wasn't anything to check. All I can really see is she's wearing a jacket that isn't hers. With blood on it. Wait, there was no knife in her hand.
Yes.
I see no knife. Okay.
There was no knife.
There was no knife. Alright, we figured it out. Objection! And you witnessed this. You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife? As I've already said, yes. I swear on my finest salmon swirl lunch. I'm sure that's a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? We would all like to know. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yet it was still stronger than your ever feeble mind, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. Objection. And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? But it's a black and white photograph. Ah, yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem, except you. Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse? Or you got a better idea? I'm gonna just say objection again, I think. Objection.
52.
Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was premeditated murder. Objection. Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph. Well, are those gloves? Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. Warg! These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder, a serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. Can I press it? What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves, like driving gloves? Objection. The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves, of the kind used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. She came to do murder. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime. Arg. Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr. This is bad. She's got them thinking this was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. I mean, your client already confessed, so is it not already over? I don't really know what's happening here. I've got to think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Why is this the same thing she said before? I'm confused. Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Don't smile like that.
So you're gonna need to present evidence on her revised statement.
On the new thing she said at the end?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. That's what I was thinking. Wait, what?
That was the end. It's the rubber gloves statement.
I went too far?
Yes.
Oh. Guess I wasn't reading enough. Okay, this is getting annoying. Here we go. For some reason, I thought there was one here and then this one was after it, but it's because she revised what she already said. This specifically says no prints. This must be the victim's blood, right? Either that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this anyway? Hey, maybe he spends his weekends roughing it in the wild. Edgeworth in the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely. Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman. Now there's a scary thought. I think all we were gonna get was the blood. There's still something weird about why it's cracked, right?
Yes, but not yet.
Some on the bottom. Check it out, there's a metal plate here. Looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it. Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times. Von Karma. I guess he must be a foreigner? What? Yeah, that's probably it. Well, wherever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Mr. Von Karma sometime. When she says it, his name does have kind of a ring to it. Huh. Okay, well, we hadn't seen that before. But that's not relevant here. Am I supposed to use this picture again? I'm confused. I can't figure out what I would need to prove that it's not premeditated or like that this is wrong.
This one says to present the knife, so there must be something on the knife.
Oh, huh. Well, I was thinking something with the knife because it says no prints, specifically. But isn't that just proving that what she said is true? Let's see. I'll check it again, but we already checked the blood.
Check the other handle. Something else.
No. No. I'll try to present it though. Objection. Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell boxed lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? Oh. What's happening? Or was that just going without me?
Just imagine there's something and then it got to auto dialogue.
Oh. But then it was like, Mommy, our prosecutor's bad. Who was saying that?
Someone in the audience, I guess.
Fucking weird. Okay. The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. Oh. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Ugh. Warg!
I mean, he has a point.
I mean, unless she knew that that was already in Edgeworth's car and wanted to, like, frame him. Is just what I assumed. Order, order, order. Great, now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. Right? I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? Hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Bah. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That's the only thing the prosecution need prove. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do.
You been drinking? Evening.
Self!
Making things even. Please step out of the car, sir.
He knows. Sylv, thank you so much for the 420 biddies. How are you? It's so great to see you. I hope you're having a nice night. We are currently drooling over Angel right now. A lot of exclamation gays have occurred, and we're doing our best. But it's great to see you, and I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much again for the 420 biddies. That's always such a fun alert. I'm having a nice night, helping lit with the thing for next week by being supportive on the interwebs. Yes, for their re-debut. If anyone is not following lit, on 420, they are doing a re-debut of their new oh my god, what's it called? VTuber model. So make sure you're following. Make sure you're there. I will try to do the same. Like, that's several days away, so I gotta make sure I don't forget. But I don't usually stream on Thursdays. I don't know if we're planning on trying to do like a 420 stream or something, but I definitely plan to be there. Aw, that's so sweet though. You're such a good friend. 4 days away. My brain says 5.
5 days.
Well, it's on the 5th day. I think both are accurate. Both are accurate, is what we'll say. Let's see. So Angel says, but you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. Yeah, for real. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now? Revised testimony. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. What a lie! It said 1 stab wound. Nope, 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 nope. I already know what I'm gonna object with. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Yeah, I have to hurry up. I got shit to say.
So much to do, so much to do.
Blah, blah, blah. Objection! Wait, do I press it? Before I present?
You can always say
I'm gonna
you
press.
something, but you
Hold it!
always...
A human machine? That's a contradiction. Objection, please. Can't you find fault with something of substance, Mr. Wright? Well, that wasn't the part. Note to self. Mr. Edgeworth's thighs smell like citrus fruit. What? You say again and again. How many times did she stab him exactly? We often say chop into 1,000 pieces, but we don't actually mean 1,000 pieces. What difference does it make if the deed is done? It makes a difference, bitch! How come she's getting mad at me? Let's just say she stabbed him several times and leave it at that. Leave it at that. This is a murder case, people. Mr. Wright, you should speak up if you have an objection, you know. Miss Starr has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off. The short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact. I wonder, wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax and even a really short wick will burn longer. Obviously, more scientific testing is required. Okay, let's go. Present. Death due to loss of blood. 1 knife wound. Objection, bitch. You say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that because it didn't happen. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you with my moss surprise. I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr. Ho ho! He said you taking too long, bitch. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that the death was due to a loss of blood from 1 stab wound. Aha, you're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What a hunk. He's my hero, really. What about my objection? No one noticed? Well, witness? You got the crime scene set, right? Oh, thanks. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Now you're... No. You're just backtracking all over your story. Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. We're getting annoyed, ma'am.
Getting annoyed.
You may be hot, but you're taking up our time. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Bitch, what do you even mean? Her red muffler? What the fuck? Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck, so she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose. She's right. Miss Skye was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait, isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? People often mistake my beard for a bib. Can we, like, get back to relevancy here? A judge with a bib. That's why this place feels so much like kindergarten sometimes. Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest. However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only 1 knife wound. Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony. Mr. Wright, this is our chance. Chance for what, I wonder? Miss Starr has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off. Okay, why are we repeating ourselves again now?
Because you might need to present it.
Oh, because I ended the thing again
Yeah.
on accident. I keep doing this. Okay. Let's press this. You have no proof that Miss Skye called him there. You have no proof that she didn't. Mr. Edgeworth, thoughts? There is no record of a call made on the defendant, Miss Lana Skye's phone. She might have written him a letter. Come on, you could have tried public phone first at least. In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office where he was murdered. I'm sure he had a reason to be there. Witness, why do you think it was the suspect who summoned the victim that day? I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Well, why? What kind of grudge? Well, I wouldn't know that. Of course you don't. That's because she didn't have a grudge. Rookie. I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside? How am I supposed to know? See, we agree there's a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside. A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree? I get it. That's why my lunch was so salty. This judge isn't very good with metaphors. The suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for thinking this? It's simple. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Okay, we're gonna have to present something somewhere. Wait, I don't think she's wearing it. She's not wearing it! An ad's about to start! Hurry up, ad! Alright, the ad's gonna start. Do you want to take a break, actually?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, let's actually take a break. Okay. This crime photo. She's not wearing that red muffler. So we're gonna present it. Objection. Oh. I don't know why it keeps like going so fast. Objection, whatever I said. And then he objects and says the witness is clearly not suited for detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim.
It's the circuit tape.
And you've proved it yourself with this photograph. Huh? But that can't be. Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations, perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What was my objection? Chopped liver? But it was there. A scarf. No, not that, but something red. Really? I mean, there is blood splatter on the jacket, but... Well, now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. The most important part. The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. How many testimonies is this bitch gonna give? Apprehending the suspect. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel's star, resistance is futile. You're quite determined about the scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel's star. That's me! That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bit. No thanks. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? I mean, there definitely was one kicked over, but... Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rar. She said rar. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. Oh yeah, we gonna cross-examine this shit out of this. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. Hold it. Where's this partition on the floor plans? I'm sure she means this wall next to the car. That's right. There was a wall there. Okay, no, I remember that. But how would she have gotten through this fence? Is now where we're at. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. And what did you do then? I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Well, I know that I am going to present there. We'll have to figure it out. You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe I should press her for more details? Press her! Because there was a fence! I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The Lunchland car was... She was a visitor, thus she was parked in B block. So you witnessed the murder from here? That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Starr? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you? I went over it, of course. Amazing, the cough-up queen. Lunch lady athlete indeed. It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence, so she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. Yeah, no, that's like a very tall fence. There's no way she scaled that super easily. So how did Miss Sky not get away? Yeah, your testimony has so many holes, it should probably just be called Swiss cheese. And also, why would she mention the muffler? I have so many questions about this testimony. She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? If I remembered exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word? So what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else? Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? She can't mean... By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately. My memory. It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see. No, the court does not see Miss Starr. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall? That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently, it was out of order, and so she used her cell phone. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? You should, of course, add this to your testimony. At what point are we like, things aren't adding up from your testimony? Because at this point, it kind of sounds like this bitch did it, and she's trying to, like, blame the other girl. Anyway, the things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. Lana's cell phone updated in the court record. The word muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18. This is ridiculous, but okay. I saw it all, how she tried the phone on the wall but had to use her cell instead. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? Aha, I was going to ask the same thing. I'll only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence? Did they have to make her boobs that good?
Good gracious, boob.
Gay! Then, when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this? What is it, Mr. Wright?
If I can get through this...
The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. Hold it. She made to escape? Can you be more specific? She brushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see, like a dollop of lard on a pâté of foie gras. Huh? She even kicked over an oil drum at me. An oil drum? There was an oil drum lying on its side at the scene of the crime. We do remember this, yes. But it's strange. What's that? If she wanted to escape, why didn't she run the other way? The parking lot entrance. That's right. It doesn't make any sense that she would run from behind the partition to the oil drums. Yeah, that's not the direction you would leave from. Excellent, more mysteries. I wish we could solve a few before finding more, though.
Alright, Commander
For
X
real.
solves the hardest
So
battle.
Miss Sky tried to run? I'm sorry my sister is so suspicious, Mr. Wright. Not as sorry as I am. But she didn't do it. You have to believe me. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah, yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. I saw all how she tried the phone on the wall, but had to use her cell instead. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. So I think I have to present something.
Of course, I meant to read right away. But I at least get the reflect up, and Vaporeon potentially outspeed. I guess I don't actually know if it outspeeds. I might need to leave. Just need some rage mode for return and just attack the Heracross.
There has to be something to present
Somebody focus actions pop.
at one of these points.
Let's protect Vaporeon, and I'm gonna Ice Fang the Heracross.
Hold on.
And I believe
I only see one oil drum behind her right now.
You know what? No. Well, Shadow Roach 100%.
Or maybe the coat is covering the second one, but it really looks like there's only one oil drum here.
And neither is Ice Fang, so Shadow Roach is better. And Pulse Whip won't kill.
We have something going on there.
Well, I guess Ice Fang at least doesn't. That Heracross going down is pretty big. That Heracross was scary.
Or do we use the floor plans to object here?
I might just switch out Sneasel instead of Pulpy.
Because she wouldn't have gone back that way to escape.
Reflect, but this Bramble has Thunder Punch.
I think this is what we have to present.
So I think what I do.
This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. What? Why does this always happen to me? Where's the part that mentioned the oil drum?
Do you need my help?
Yeah, I'm really confused now.
It says.
I thought I had it.
Cell phone gets updated in the court record and testimony is added about the emergency phone. You know that yet?
Yeah.
Press the statement about the emergency phone will be prompted about the plans for Angel to explain to herself.
I thought I already did that.
And then you'll have to present the floor plans to that statement.
I literally just presented the floor plans. This is stupid.
Okay, so do that.
She like didn't restate the testimony.
Okay, well, present the floor plans and let me know when you get to there.
No, here is restating the testimony, which she already did. I'm so confused. 80 down with the raid?
Maybe you just did it on a weird part.
I must have done it on the wrong part, yeah. 80 down, how was your stream? Oh, thanks, Theo. What were you up to? SMW? What were you playing? What were you doing? Welcome in, friends. I'm Bun. I'm currently losing my mind at Phoenix, right? Trying to figure out the right evidence to show at the right time. How was your stream? What are you up to? You're confused. What's new? That's fair. That is fair. Well, thanks for thinking of me to raid. A new Kaizo club. It's like ROM Hack Book Club. You know what? I saw that on Twitter. Are you doing that? That's cool. I considered it, but I don't get through hacks fast enough at all, so I could not. But it seemed like a really cool idea. I definitely would have if
Alright, let's go.
I could have. Your first stream in a while. Nice to be back. I didn't realize you hadn't been streaming for a while. I've been really bad at like being in streams lately, so that's awesome though that you're back to streaming. I'm glad you had a good stream. Okay, let's see. I need to present something in the right place here. Just checking them out. No, I can play through them all. I guess that's also fair. Alright, let me see, because this is not...
Okay, I at least got that read right. I need to switch these to last now.
This isn't lining up.
So I'm going to protect Larvitar as I switch in something a bit more offensive here. Once this crocodile goes down, I'll feel a little bit better about trying to get defensive there.
I don't understand.
Sorry, you didn't let me know when you were at the point of the revised testimony part.
This is the revised testimony now, I thought. I'm really confused about this.
Let me just copy this part in chat for you so you can get to there. Have you done that yet?
So what statement? Because I pressed this and then she said more things, but I didn't have the option to present anything. And then I already tried to present the parking lot on this, and it said it was not related.
Okay, so go back to the beginning because I need to count what statement you're on here.
Okay. Car repair goals, everything okay? No, everything is not okay. Basically we had like $1,500 worth of car repairs happen in one day.
Okay, go to the third statement. You pressed this one and then got the cell phone updated in the court record.
Yeah. The word muffler was overheard.
Okay. Go forward one more. Press this statement.
I just have pressed everything.
Okay, well I just need to watch this then I guess. Sorry,
Okay.
This battle's gonna be on pause for a second.
Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court?
Okay, hold on. Just be patient. You did not speak through this.
My problem is that you can't present anything during this.
Okay, we'll just keep going then. Okay. Okay, so go back.
To where? This one?
Yes. Present the floor plans on that one. You might have just done it on the wrong thing.
I did do it on the next one. I don't see why that matters.
Sometimes this game is very picky about that.
I know, but I don't know why.
Okay, he slammed his hands on the desk. There you go.
Okay. Thank you. That was so weird and dumb.
Okay.
Miss Star, have to
Coming back
conclude
up, I don't
that...
know where I was at this time.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so I'm gonna protect.
Miss Star, have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana
I'm
Sky.
gonna switch out some
Objection.
dead.
The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Star, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? Humph, I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me and I'll make you cough it all up. Ahem, let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. Yeah, there's no way that you would have seen her run to the phone. She's sweating. She said. Sweat.
Okay, so the thing that sucks
Press
here
enter.
is I get fake out
Was that the thing posted on Twitter? Yeah, so
and then probably
part of it. That was the first $800 of it. Later that day, our air conditioner and heater went out in the car. Like, literally later that day.
Able to potentially take out one side here.
And we have had to try to figure out what's going on with that.
I think what I have
So
to do
it's
is
gonna be, I just had to pay like $180 for the diagnostic for that, and then it's gonna be at least like 500, 500 or 600 more. So I'm not. It's not going great.
Another turn, which probably means we can do drops. But I have to
Oh, okay, she's sweating. She's sweating. I believe you see what I'm getting at.
soon ramble in.
That emergency phone was on the back side of this
I
partition.
could just bolt switch.
I
out,
was
actually.
trying to look at the oil drums. I wasn't
Maybe what
thinking
I
of
do
this.
here-
If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen
Okay,
it.
but the fake out pressure-
Wag. Order. Order. What is the meaning of this?
If Pikachu looks
It's simple, Your Honor.
switch out,
She's not
I
coughing
have
up lunch.
to-
She's coughing up lies.
Because I have to prevent the awkward.
Grr.
Is the kills.
Objection. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question? Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court. Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong.
Probably not going down is pretty big because
The
now
witness lied about
I
what
can
she saw, where she
get
saw it, the
by
order of events.
and get a little bit of something.
I mean, she lied about what she saw. If she was in that spot, or she lied about where she saw it from.
I actually did one of paralysis there, which is the reason I did.
Oh, that's the one that CO said in the chat.
I think what I do now.
It was where Miss Sky tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order.
I mean,
What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it. Pointless to lie, I see. But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean that she lied about where she
I
was.
think this double
That she witnessed the crime from a different location, yeah.
Because it prevents something from switching into a fake.
A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one. Objection. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. The place from where Miss Star witnessed the crime was here. Well, she's saying she witnessed the crime from here. And that's just proving to be false. So, I don't know.
You need my help again?
Well, because she had to be able to get the picture. Yeah, I might need help.
Present the security room. Did we present the security room or just today? And sorry, I didn't
I thought I was looking for something to present. I didn't know that was presenting. God fucking damn it.
I mean, that might actually be okay, but I think that's wrong.
Ah! I want to see the emergency phone, but if she was there, she would have been able to arrest her well before she dialed her cell phone.
Okay, so
God damn it, I messed it up. She was clearly with her boyfriend.
You gotta move it over to the security.
I get that now. I didn't realize. I pressed the wrong thing. Oh my god, I'm losing health.
Okay, Momo needs to swap into Mustang and
Okay, in the security room.
out.
Take that. This is the only place where she could have been.
Let's go, Gramble.
The security guard room? Indeed. The security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there.
Actually do a lot of damage.
But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Because her boyfriend. Not in this case, Your Honor.
Interesting that I can
The witness,
get
not being
back
part of the
on
prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime in the back of the partition is here. How did she get the picture, though? I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes?
I think I get before
Well,
I
Miss Starr?
overall the most bulky.
How many years have I been getting the better of men to think that the tables could be turned?
Okay, ice punches.
Today, a man has got the better of Angel Star.
Get fucking frozen. Okay.
Order. Witness, what have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better.
Thanks, Gabe.
I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Sky? Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Star lie? It doesn't make sense. Huh?
It's frozen.
She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station.
And immediately got frozen. on
It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. Well, but who took that picture then?
And then get a
That truth still stands. Objection. It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason.
I can potentially.
So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh?
stall
Me?
Just a little bit.
Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know.
80 dead, 27 months. Goddamn.
Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station,
This battle is incredible.
but she lied and said she saw it from B
I might
block.
be able to pivot this.
It must make a
side
vital
until
difference. But what? What would
combusting
change?
cause. It's kind of my only shot right now.
Angle of view to the crime. Distance to the crime. Difference in lighting. I think I'm gonna say angle of view because I've been really like stuck on that picture. How would she have gotten that picture from that angle? So I'm gonna say this. Why the angle at which she saw the crime occur would change. The angle? What do you mean? Well, the security guard station is on the second floor, and she would have sort of a more 3D view of the crime. This is important. Why? Oh no. Oh no.
Do you need my help?
Yep!
Okay.
I'm not restarting this. I just am like too dumb to play this game apparently.
You're not too dumb. In this case, it's or witness the crime from the security station. One nice punch.
Okay, so it's clearly not the angle of view to the crime.
It's distance to the crime.
Okay, well, I thought it was angle of view because she has a picture from the angle she said she was at.
It says distance to the
I mean, I understand because I already chose the wrong one, but it makes no sense that it would be this. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. Objection. My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. Objection. What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. How long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness, you Yes?
Literally my own.
You ordered the squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend. He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station.
Stalling for all these turns for no reason, because if so, that's a bit of a show on my part.
And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene.
I don't know if this will
But the door was locked. I couldn't open it.
I think this side is just gonna have to pivot into tentacle now.
So now it's taking all this time? That's why I had to go through the visitors parking in B block. That's quite a detour. Yeah, that's really weird.
Okay, Fire Punch does.
It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime.
That was a bit of a
5 minutes? This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention. Oh, gee, I love this game and this case! Go Cat, how's it going? Welcome in! Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely. Uh-oh. Oh, this isn't going well for anybody. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop this?
Raise an objection.
Five minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time if you like it al dente.
I'm gonna get one more bowl cap off and then try.
I've got lunch boxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange? If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey, don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone.
That's okay.
But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Yarg!
I think I can get one more bulk up.
5 minutes to run around a small parking lot, seriously. I've been great, and you? I've been doing okay. I have been better, but, you know. We're doing alright. That's just what he would say if he did kill someone. My thoughts exactly, Kevin. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright! That was too close.
Alright, well that's the goddamn
I'm afraid that the
run.
cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned.
There, I guess, by setting up
The judge
again,
is the real
I'm pretty
murderer.
Sure I needed to be +3 to be able to OCO everything else that was in the back. I guess I didn't play around the crit facade potentially killing, but literally every other turn it was just going for.
She said, Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? That's the one she tried to foist off on me. Foist?
God damn it.
I prefer to not take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say?
I feel like the AI cheated.
I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo! A triple decker! Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Yeah, I'm kind of over this, so let's figure it out. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she gonna pull out of her lunchbox this time?
I think I kind of choked a little bit by not just going for.
I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence.
Do what I can.
How are you going to withhold that, though? What? There was blood found on that shoe? Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Objection. Witness, what is the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, the shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Nah. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so.
Super fucking beyond random.
Med check.
It's got enough freeze. It's got enough.
Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. Has she mentioned any girlfriends yet? That's what I'm
To
saying.
be able to kill before it just straight up fucking swept it.
I'm here to apply for the position, although she's shady AF, so am I? I'm not sure. But she's hot, so we'll see.
I have to protect your with Vaporeon. You gotta bulldoze off to slow down stuff.
Why is my
Otherwise,
bitrate
die here.
being
I
weird?
need to bait the thunder punch into this side. Oh, bullet punch might just go. Okay. Well, if it double targeted Larvitar, okay. I at least got that read right.
Well, why is my bitrate doing this? We good, bitrate? We good? We okay? We good? Okay. You could at least study some evidence law, really. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. Victim's shoe added to the court record. White enamel shoe bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Skye. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. This is so confusing. Should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. Hold it. What is my bitrate doing?
I don't know.
Because I can't keep playing if it's gonna, like, drop the stream. Well,
So, I shadow slap the Hitmonchan to avoid dying to a bullet punch.
it says it's okay now.
Probably die.
But it still is
the
changing
next
to, like,
hit after.
yellow. Alright, let's try to keep going. I guess let me know if it drops the stream or something. Why did you lie about those 5 minutes? I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results. The results? How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing. Then why didn't you just tell the truth? Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. This when the suspect is admitting she did it? Right? I'm so confused. But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr.
Hit punch and bullet punch.
Let's just get this over with. And now to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? Hold it. You found the shoe at the scene of the crime? I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive. So like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe. I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe is my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next. 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's. Hold it. So you brought it to the forensics department. If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. And she got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective? The shoe does appear to have blood stains on it. Well, the man was stabbed after all. And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman? As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. And the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. Hold it. You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie? Huh. Well, speak up. Well, blood comes in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there, which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down just to one person.
That was a whole lot.
Or so I hear. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results, but they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone's but Miss Lana Skye's. So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe. That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I mean, they said they didn't DNA test it, though. I was afraid he was going to say that. Llama's high! This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. Hold it. I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Ew. Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe? A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe?
Hold on. Are you on the 5th statement with pressing? Or say there's a problem.
Okay. Yeah, I'm too close to losing right now. And I'm too tired to redo it, so. If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there is one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now, but you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence.
Flip the shoe around and present the blood on the heel of the shoe. So the cover over it.
Okay. Take that. I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of this shoe.
That it does.
Don't mess with me, rookie, or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe.
Jesus. That's very violent.
Wow. That was a threat, like, literally in front of a judge, but okay. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of his shoe? Hold on. That's a lot.
Do you need help again?
Maybe? Let me see. This blood, it's my sister's, right? It appears so. Lana's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. That's true. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime. Poor sis. Ah, there's blood here too. On the sole of the shoe, it's gotta be the victim's. He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. All this blood, it's horrible. This blood might be an important clue. No blood on the ground in the picture. That's true. Okay, let's look. Did she just pull a box of food from her pocket? She has lots of them, so she sells box lunches. Yeah. I've been distracted, so that was the first one I saw. No worries. Yeah, no blood on the ground in the picture. You're not wrong about that. How would that have happened?
So
Is it this?
You do present the photo, but it's a different part of the photo.
Gotcha.
Like you do present the photo.
Right now?
Yes.
Okay. The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. No blood at all, in fact. That contradicts your claim about this shoe. Objection. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Objection. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort, right? It's not just the picture, like, they were there. Order. Well, witness. What, huh? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? Hold it. I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for.
Alright, Vaporeon.
We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There was one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. Thank you, Kevin.
Sorry.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. Oh. Llamas, I missed what you said. Been so sleepy today, did like 3 things and 2 of them were coffee. Very fair. Also, good little burp. Thank you. Let's see. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr. I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that, I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth, though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness, well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright? Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? Aha, you don't mean... Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the blood stains that would become evidence against her. Warg! That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Boy, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she'd cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe? Well,
Yeah.
I see no reason to prolong this trial. Just realized this chicken is like sideways. Oh, an ad's gonna start soon. Oh shit. Mr. Wright, do something, please. What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime, and she tried to conceal it. But enough. There's no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well. But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water. This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Hold it! Like, don't say it, please. Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Also, Splee, it appears she has a bag. Oh, there's an ad going. Yeah, she has like a bag with a bunch of these lunches in it, because this is what she sells, I guess, for her job. Alright, we keep going. Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else. Objection! The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen. Look at this. Now suddenly you can see that? Okay. A photograph. I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait. Look at the asphalt in this photo. It looks like raised up. Hey, it's clearly wet. Oh, it's wet. It's not raised up, it has a reflection on it. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia. Right? Wet or not, don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up, not until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence. Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Objection. Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, Ray, are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Oh my god, I know. I really read it like that too, Kevin.
Do you see the problem, or do you want me to help you with this? If you're still on your help with
So... I see something weird in the muffler. Oh, she said something about the muffler! It's the muffler, bitches! Present the muffler. Take that. The problem in this photograph is here! What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler! Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor, you just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph. Are you kidding me? Who calls a scarf a muffler?
3 Pokespot encounters.
A muffler is also a part on a car or a motorcycle, Your Honor. A normal person would know that. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system. A pipe. I see, and I see.
That's a hard
Wow, that was really like over his head. I'm smarter than a judge on that one, I guess. What's that suspicious looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? Humph, so what if there is something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Literally everything? Because it was at the scene of the crime? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to the case. Oh, wait, I know. This.
Yep. Good job.
Thank you. Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. I think this bitch puts on the muffler. Muffler, arg, yarg. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh, arg. Lois. Well, it seems we'll have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. I know, she did say sus, I noticed that. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so. Woo! That was close. But we made it, at least for now. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime, after all. He's still hungry. He's had a lot of caviar lunches. To be continued? Do you want to take a breaky break?
Sure.
Okay. Fen is here! Hi, Fen!
Let's go ahead and take a quick break.
Save the